subscribe now. Oh, if I get this one take, this is going to be a win. Okay, so Deadpool 2 came out on Friday. I got to see it on the Thursday. I was so hyped, so excited. I was in a great crowd, great theater, everything. The stars aligned for this. And now, obviously, when you got to compare it to this first one, it's really hard to judge. There's certain things that are better, certain things that are worse. So here we go. One take off the top. So Deadpool opens up, great montage, all those great Deadpool hits. I'm watching the first 5 minutes thinking, wow, this is going to be the best. Ooh, look at those arms. Certain things happen, it goes here, it goes there. Overall, it would be easier to say this is not as good as the first film, but then again, there were some things that are better. The thing that made me prefer the first film over this one is the fact that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, he is basically in every single scene in the first film. In the second one, they dedicate to other things to build more of a franchise. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I get it. But then keep in mind, I'd rather take that and get more years of Deadpool in films than versus 2 headliners of Deadpool than nothing. So be it. Was that all your spoiler alert? Okay, that was a quick little review. Now, just to differentiate myself from all the other reviews on YouTube, I'm just going to list off all the things I loved from Deadpool 2. And there was a lot. Spoiler alert! Stop now, but you've probably seen the film, let's be honest. The entire opening montage was hilarious. It's Deadpool doing all this. My favorite scene from the first one was the montage scene where he's killing a bunch of people, and that's what they start off with this one. So Deadpool is killing a whole bunch of people, they're cracking jokes, throwing them here, there. At one point, he is dressed up as a stripper, which I thought, oh my god, that was funny. The way they delivered it was fantastic. The next big scene is he's at his home with Vanessa having a really intimate moment. Their chemistry is phenomenal. And then all of a sudden he's killing these assassins. And then he cracks a joke about the cheese spread, which really cracked me up. But then boom, Vanessa dies. This is another holy shit scene. It's like, oh my god. You know there's going to get some emotional value. And then it goes through certain scenes, this and that, and then other scenes that really stand out that crack me up is when, again, Deadpool commits suicide the way he does, but yet he can't die, so he comes back. This film also really set up, there's a scene at the end where you can kind of predict it, where Deadpool essentially puts himself in a position where he can die, but you know he doesn't, and that he won't, but it's so... Again, that ending scene, some people will say they didn't really get emotional from it. Others will think, okay, yeah, there's certain parts where I'm like, yeah, I could believe him dying right now. Who knows? You gotta keep an open mind. Deadpool with Colossus, their chemistry together in this film was a lot better than the first. I cracked up every time. Deadpool seemed so over the top. It's like that sibling rivalry, and it was just so good. And then Deadpool was going off about how, oh, the studio can't afford another X-Men, etc., like the first film. Such a cliche. And then in one single second, they explained it all. Deadpool's going off, oh, the studio can't even throw us a bone. But behind Deadpool, you see that there is Quicksilver, James McAvoy's Professor X, Beast. It's them. And all they do is, like, they close the door. They're trying to hide from Deadpool. So that explains why there is no X-Men in the Deadpool movies. Because they just don't want him to know. And I love that. That was so good. Again, this movie has so many things that makes you go back and forth. So yeah, the opening scene, the James Bond tribute, it was great. Directed by the guy, half of the guys that killed the dog in John Wick. Oh my god, I died at that scene. The person I was with hasn't seen John Wick, so they didn't know. But I'm like, that's great. The villain was probably the weakest part of the film, but then the side villain, Juggernaut. I did not see that coming. Nobody saw it coming. If you knew Juggernaut was coming before you saw this film, you were full of shit. Come on. Oh, that scene was so cool when you first came out. And then even Deadpool's all excited. Deadpool got killed by him. One complaint I heard that Deadpool 2 recreates a lot of jokes from the first one, but hey, those were great jokes. I wanted another time. Yes, in the first one, Deadpool lost his arm. It grows out all baby-like and stuff, and he cracks jokes about. Well, in this one, he loses an entire bottom half of his body, so he has like baby dick, baby legs, all that. But they crack so many jokes around it. I thought it was great. Please enforce that. And then again, with the trailers, they really hyped up the X-Force in this. They hired big-name stars like Terry Crews, Bill Skarsgård. The amazing Brad Pitt cameo. The person I was with didn't realize that was Brad Pitt. Me, I saw it right off the bat. If that's Tyler Durden, like it looked like Tyler Durden's jacket, I'm not sure. Either way, loved it. And so yeah, even watching the trailer, they really hype up the X-Force for this. Oh no. That recruiting scene, great. And then the scene of them jumping out of a helicopter with Thunderstruck, oh, that was so good. And then the scene they kept other trailers, what happened when they land. Oh my god! X-Force! Go home, Sugar Bear! Fuck. I am with a girl. I'm trying to impress her, but yet I'm dying laughing because that scene was so hysterical. I absolutely loved it. It was great. And then, like, finally, Deadpool and Cable really get to know each other. They really get to have many scenes together. Their chemistry is fantastic. Josh Brolin is the man right now for superhero acting. Acting in general, let's be honest, he's taken over. And just every scene of him and Deadpool, like Deadpool's portraying this huge racist, and he has a, oh my gosh, I can't believe this guy looked the whole time, and he nailed it. The entire ending scene, I didn't like Firestarter or Firefist or whatever his name was, because let's be honest, even in the movie they joke he has a stupid name. I didn't like a lot about him, except after he does that little rope dance. That was great. And then that entire ending battle sequence was great. Another huge plus of this Deadpool movie, they talk about typecasting this, that Hollywood won't do this, or have characters do that. So, without any publicity, without any acknowledgement, this movie, not only did it take originally a white character and cast her as black, which, if you were to do the reverse, it'd be so much media behind it. As well, they had what I do believe is the first lesbian superhero couple, and I'm sure they had a few other things like that. They broke barriers in those sense, but they didn't hype it. They just put it in there, and no one cared, and it felt right to the storyline. Again, oh my god, sorry, that's just something that's been bugging me a lot. I might do a separate video on that, but essentially, yeah, if you were to hype up that this is the first movie to have a gay superhero couple, and if you were to put that in the media, it would build so much publicity behind it. This movie didn't. They didn't care. Ghost in the Shell, they make an Asian role, a white person, Scarlett Johansson. The media blows the hell up. But in this movie, they took a white person and cast her as black, and not many people were talking about it. I think it was great. They had diversity and didn't talk about having diversity. They just made a good film. So Deadpool 2, what are your thoughts? Please comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you all so much for putting up with me. Big plus for Celine Dion's Ashes, that song. Oh, it's hitting me right in the heart. I love the James Bond movies. I love the music, and this song is so freaking beautiful. She should do the next James Bond movie, in my humble opinion.